You're watching HMR Waterfront presents Game on Hair. We just saw the pitch report there, which was done a little bit earlier in the day in Providence, Guyana. And the good news is that the covers have done their job. The square is completely dry, which is wonderful news. It's a very fast-drying outfield there. It's currently not raining, so there should be play imminently happening. Michael Atherton and Harsha Burgley running us through all and the ins and outs. Gentlemen, 167 is average first score. 179 is average first winning score, it has to be said. Looks like a low and skiddy pitch, which might favour the spinners, Shoaib, but that's kind of what you expected.
I mean, he summed it up all for you guys. I think 150 plus, anything above 150 plus, I think it's a good score to win. As he said it, slow and low. I wouldn't expect that much of a bounce. You know, I'd rather win the toss, take that advantage for my advantage in terms of, you know, the ball going to kind of come nicely on the bat, as the Rohit Sharma I'm talking about. So I'd rather to bat first and get around somewhere about 160 and 170, if not more. Okay. And I don't know what is the news with the weather and all. If you get a good full game of cricket, I think the batting first for the Rohit Sharma, as I think India is in for a good surprise.
Right, and what do you think, Yunus, in terms of the team batting first, should be aiming for, you know, because the last match that was played on this surface was the one between Uganda and PNG, which was a low-scoring 177 all out, जिसमें हो गए थे PNG की टीम. But क्या लगता है इस surface पे एक safe score क्या होगा for you to defend?
देखिए, पिच जो रिपोर्ट आई है तो उसमें ये लग रहा है कि लो है और सॉलिड है और थोड़ा सा स्किडी भी वो कह रहे थे, लेकिन क्योंकि इतनी जब बारिश होती है तो फिर थोड़ा स्किडी नहीं रहता, मुश्किल ज़रूर होती है बैटिंग पहले करने में. और जो दोनों टीमें बाजू इनकी अगर हिस्ट्री देखें तो दोनों चेस करना चाह रहे होते हैं. मे भी थोड़ा लग तो रहा है उनको कि मॉइस्चर नहीं है, शायद मॉइस्चर भी हो, तो ट्रिकी ये फैसला होगा. क्योंकि अगर डिसीजन बहुत मुश्किल लग रहा है, क्योंकि अगर आप बैटिंग करते हो और अगर कहीं जाके वो बॉल फंस के आ रहा है और रन नहीं हुए और आप 120-130 करते हैं तो आपके लिए फिर बिग गेम है. ठीक है, उसका प्रेशर तो ज़रूर होता है, लेकिन उसको चेस करना फिर बाज़-औक़ात ईजी भी हो जाता है. तो ट्रिकी है. अगर बैटिंग करते हैं तो उसमें भी कंडीशन का पता नहीं है, तो इससे अच्छा ये बात है कि टॉस हार जाए और रिलैक्स हो जाए. लेकिन ये कि दोनों टीमें बाज़-औक़ात यही चाहे जो उनके पास है कि वो टॉस जीतें और बॉलिंग पहले करें.
And Hafiz, you've been a big advocate for getting on the front foot, batting first, putting on a big score and getting that scoreboard pressure. Given what we know about the weather today and DLS perhaps coming into play, what would your suggestion be with the toss?
Well, seems like obviously if the weather is around, we like both captains will look into that thing also. It's not about the pitch at the moment, it's about the weather condition. And both teams are fully loaded when it comes to bat, because they have 6-7 batters who can basically do the job for them. So I think if I would be the one, I would go for a chase, because to me it will give me a clear picture of how we can operate accordingly if the rain is around. But yes, as a batting first, no matter what, you have to put 180 on the board to make sure like you get to the winning power runs, because 160 is not a winning power runs here. So 180 is basically challenging other teams. So I think 180 would be the target, whoever bats first, even though if you lose the toss. If you don't do that, there's always a chance for the other team to chase it down.
Right, and Marty, coming to you now on what you make of the surface as well, and also carrying on from what Hafiz brought up about ICC thinking about maybe having a reserve day for such an important game. What are your thoughts? Should there have been a reserve day for this one?
Honestly, I don't know. You've got to ask the ICC that and why there isn't one to start with. If it's a logistical thing, if it's a money thing, or whatever it is, that's got to come from them. Obviously, in the 2019 World Cup, we had a 2-day semi-final against India, but that was already in before the tournament had been done. So with a quick turnaround of the final, it's only a day in between. So maybe that is the reason there is no reserve day, because it's so fast and you've got to travel and then play. But looking at the pitch and things, it's hard to say what a good score is going to be. From previous experience playing day games in Guyana, 180 is not a feasible total to get in a day game. At night, yes, definitely, because of the dew that comes down and it can slide on a bit more. I don't think the West's going to get any better for batting on, so it could be a bat first, score as many as you can, and let your spinners and the uneven bounce and things do the rest of it.
Well, I'm just reading online that the covers have been coming off for the last
Yeah.
few minutes, but a little bit of drizzle can be seen kind of coming down onto the field in amongst the people who are doing their pre-shows live at the ground. So we will keep you updated as to what is happening and when that imminent toss will be happening. But we'd love to give out a few prizes now while we have the opportunity. So we've got our winner of Mobile Daily thanks to Park View.
2 days. Shoaib Akhtar, another clip that we will be playing in our post-match today.
It's going to be a close game, but I'm going to go for India.
India.
Winning.
India winning by
Small margin, but
small margin.
they are winning. If Rohit Sharma gets going, that's going to be a one-sided game.
There you go. Marty Party, the Oracle from Day Dot.
I think India are winning.
Yeah. Okay. It's hard with scores, isn't it? Because we don't know how many overs we're getting. So I think it's fair we don't
Yeah.
really knuckle down an exact figure.
Let's leave out the margins, but who's winning? Yunus Khan?
England is winning.
England is winning.
Why?
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 Because
Cute.
I want to South Africa win the World Cup. So I doesn't want facing India in the finals.
Okay.
Proteas
England
for the
is
win.
through in the semi-finals, and then England, then South Africa will win the World Cup.
2 for India, 1 for England. Professor.
I will go for India only because of Rohit Sharma's selfless approach as a captain.
Well, that he has been. He's been absolutely brilliant. And
No.
Oh, the umbrellas are back. Erin, unfortunately, that's not good news for all of us. Wanting a full game looks like it's
this
pouring.
is like really
that is
heavy.
not a sight I want to see. An Irishman underneath an umbrella. I know it's a regular occurrence for Owen Morgan, but that is not good signs, unfortunately. All that hard work, hopefully those covers were nailed back on very, very quickly.
Right, Erin, who is winning in your books today?
I mean, England know how to play in the rain better than anybody, but I do feel like this is India's World Cup. Yeah, I
Wow,
do feel
majority for India today, except for Yunus Khan, who really wants South Africa.
And you?
to
Madam
win.
Selector.
What about you, Madam Selector?
Madam Selector.
That name is catching on now. I think India look really strong on paper, so I'm going to go with the safer option. But let's see if we have a 5-over game. Who knows? We have been seeing very frequent surprises in this World Cup, so I won't be surprised if there's another surprise on the cards for us. But I think looks like, Erin, we should be wrapping up the show now, considering that, you know, the umbrellas are back, and I think we've ought to like take a little break and you know, go back, regroup after the game, and hopefully we will have a game to talk about. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, and Erin, thank you so much for being a wonderful co-host next to me. This was our pre-show. Hopefully game के बाद आपको हम दोबारा join करेंगे. Thank you so much for watching HMR Waterfront presents Game On है.